networking is really hard. I think it's supposed to be, because otherwise we'd all have our dream jobs. But it doesn't have to be. Intro. Welcome back to Liam Taylor Guitar, where today we are talking about networking for musicians. If that's the kind of thing you want to know about, subscribe to the channel and you will see weekly videos that are in some way helpful. I need to script my intros. I say this every week, but I do actually need to start scripting my intros. I think it's really common in music to have several jobs, several roles, all revolving around music in some way. Possibly because we've done away with the manager role, music production gear is really affordable, and most of us have high resolution cameras in our pocket. Well, you might, I definitely don't. We're living in the future, which is cool, but rather than just playing guitar, I have to record myself, produce tracks, write drum parts, keyboard parts, release, market my own music, and we get used to just doing everything ourselves because we have to. We build up these skill sets tangentially related to music because we have to. As much as you want to just play your instrument, which is fair enough, people will be more likely to hire you to do any of those other things. Rather than being a guitarist, for example, you'll find yourself being guitarist, bassist, recording engineer, lighting tech, podcast editor, social media manager. With all of that, how are you supposed to introduce yourself at networking events? A year or so ago, this is how that would usually play out. Hey, so what do you do? So I'm a musician, I play guitar, a little bit of bass, a little bit of keyboard, a little bit of drums, try and learn the trombone. My day job is in music education, I do YouTube stuff, I live stream, I compose for films and games sometimes, I run a production company, I do stuff for YouTube. So whoever I'm talking to isn't going to have a bloody clue what it is I actually do or what kind of work I'm seeking. The thing that I found works is to really own whatever it is you do and try to choose the most appropriate role for that particular networking event. So if it's a filmmaker event, maybe you want to focus on being a composer because then you'll be the only composer in the room. Or if it's a session musician event, be really specific about what it is you're good at on your instrument. These days, my opening gambit is more like this. Hey, so what do you do? So I'm the director of a production company that makes quirky promotion materials for niche markets. I do most of the music stuff as well because that's my background. Additionally, you should already have business cards, but have different business cards specific to the different roles you can do, and then maybe a general one as well. But what you want to avoid is having one business card that says like a million things on it, because people will think that you having several jobs will mean you're not actually good at any of them because you're spreading yourself too thin. And maybe there's truth to that. I don't know. Extra piece of advice, have something on your business card that's a talking point. Maybe you print them a weird size or they have a funny picture on them. Well, professional but funny. For me, at Stab Panda, I found that the name Stab Panda is actually enough of a talking point along with the logo, because why would you call your blog that? It's insane. So I've been told anyway. And another one, I accidentally printed something like 1,000 of these business cards and then went and changed my Twitter handle. So there's a big line through my business card with the new handle written on there, which is dumb, and I wish I hadn't done that, but actually it's a good conversation starter. Having these kind of talking points is a great way to avoid awkward silences when you first meet someone, because obviously a lot of people, your first impression is going to stick with them, so you want to find an icebreaker that works as seamlessly as possible to get you into actual conversation as quick as possible. That is all for this week. Subscribe if you want more content like this on a weekly basis, because that's what I'm doing with my time, apparently. If you have any good networking tips, please put them in the comments below. I want to go for specifically one-on-one IRL, real humans, face-to-face networking rather than social networking. That's like a whole different kettle of fish or whatever. That's all for this week. See you next Friday at 4 PM GMT. Toodaloo.